Hi everybody, I'm Starla.
I'm Mik.
And we are
Our Fan Plays Games. Yeah.
And welcome back to another episode.
Yes. What are we talking about this week? Because this is a special one, Starla. It's special.
Well, this week we are at the Great Plains Gaming Festival in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yes. And family, we had some fun there. Now we're taping this on Saturday, so we're gonna go back one more day. So we're gonna give you more content about the game festival, just hearing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, we were glad to meet, we saw some more content creators that we were really happy to see. And one, we did the podcast with one of our favorite podcasts here in Omaha, and that is Punchboard Paradise.
Yes.
So we were on with the guys and we had a good time with them. We also saw some favorite Omaha, content creators who are really cool on Instagram and also TikTok, and that's Mandy and Nick from Happy Meeples. Yay, Happy Meeples! We love you guys. We love you, and glad you came by. But overall, it was a fun time. We got some special guests on here talking about like industry insiders and also just talking about some good things about the, about board gaming. So this is a very informative. Thank you.
Informative episode.
Yes.
So we hope you'll stay tuned. But first, we're going to give you a word from our two most favorite sponsors, and that is KTBG and Many Worlds Tavern.
Do it!
Kids Table Board Gaming. Making casual games for the serious gamers and serious games for the casual gamers. Publisher of Fossilis, Wreck Raiders, Haunt the House, their upcoming game Creature Comforts, and many more. Visit kidstablebg.com to see a complete catalog. Many Worlds Tavern, an online coffee company for the tabletop. Enhance your gaming experience with coffee for game night. Check out their lineup of unique flavors such as Homely House, a comfort blend, Dragon's Nest, an adventurous brew, Great Old One, a long dark roast, or if you need decaf, try Electric Sheep. $1 from every purchase will go to a gaming-related nonprofit. The first 100 customers to use code OFPG10 will receive 10% off their purchase. For more information, visit ManyWorldsTavern.com.
Yeah.
And Many Worlds Tavern.
Yes.
Now those are our channel sponsors.
Love them.
And we love them.
But
also this week, we have an episode sponsor.
Really? Who we got?
Well, we have Digital Catan World Championship.
Now you know we love some Catan.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, but now you're gonna be fighting to, in a tournament with some real pros now.
Yeah, so Digital Catan World Championship. They are doing registration right now until Monday at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yeah.
So if you have not registered for Digital Catan World Championship, what you waiting for?
Come on, fight it out for the island of Catan. Tournament style, baby. Yeah.
So now we are going into our episode, and so we're going to take you to the Great Plains Gaming Festival.
Time for some festival fun, y'all. Festival fun. Let's do it.
Everybody, this is Starla, and I'm here with Cameron Iwan. He is the co-founder and president of the Great Plains Gaming Festival. So Cameron, tell us a little bit about the festival.
Absolutely, yeah. This is our 8th year. Last year, you guys were here.
Yes.
And we got in right before COVID hit.
Right before COVID hit.
Right before. And this year, we're kind of coming in right
Right around
after
the end,
things are settling. We got some masks and stuff.
Yeah.
We've got, we're expecting a little over 500 people this year.
Yes.
Last year we had 650. We might hit that number. We don't
It's
know.
possible.
Yeah. Who knows with this, with the current
People
climate
want to
right
get
now.
out. They've been cooped up, so people are excited about coming out.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're hoping for. Here at the Lancaster Event Center again, we've got a swap meet, our library of a couple thousand games, merchandise, designers row with the local Omaha and Lincoln designers. Of course, you guys and some podcasts, vendors, a little bit of everything. Yeah, and scheduled events and all sorts of tournaments and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, so it's a really awesome festival here in Lincoln, Nebraska. And it's a great turnout so far. We're still early in the day. This is Saturday. It's going to go on till Sunday. Anything else you want people to know about the festival?
Just, our focus is on open gaming. We do have some scheduled events, but really what we like to do is have that huge library. We have people, all of us that can show people how to play a game. We just want to get more people into gaming.
I agree.
Yes.
I'm so happy to be here another year. Just really nice to meet people here at the Gaming Festival. We met a lot of nice people. We met some last year. We're meeting more this year. And the Great Plains Gaming Festival has been so opening and welcoming to Our Family Plays Games. And again, Cameron, we just want to thank you for taking the time to talk with us and tell us more about it. And if you're in Nebraska next year, is it going to be next year?
Oh yeah,
Next year.
Every year.
Because we got in the middle of the year.
Yeah,
so,
who knows?
So
who knows?
Sometime in 2022, be sure to check out the Great Plains Gaming Festival.
Hello, everybody. This is Mik from Our Family Plays Games. Now, we're still at the Great Plains Gaming Festival, and who I have with me now is a good friend. He's OFPG family, baby, and that's Scott Morris, and he's the Director of Marketing and Development for GTS Distributing, or Distributors?
Either one.
But, hey, family, now we always been talking that we need to be patient with the shipping situation. Now, we've been talking about that.
Yeah.
Now, this man is the insider into that. So I want to hear from the people who are into that situation. What's going on with shipping? Because I know we want our Kickstarters. I want my Kickstarters.
Yeah.
We all want them. But hey, we're going to have to be patient because we know the situation with shipping is pretty crazy now.
Yeah.
But I want to hear from you, Scott.
Yep.
What's going on, man?
Man, what isn't going on?
I know. I know.
mean,
what's going on?
First off, thank you for having me, dude. This is awesome, right? It's been great to meet you in person this weekend.
Yeah.
It's just been awesome. So.
Yeah.
And this is a fun convention. So far, it's been really, really good.
Cool.
I mean, in terms of shipping right now, man, I mean, you could describe it as a nightmare. You could describe it as like anything you wanted to.
Yeah.
Like, for anyone who may not have seen me before or heard me talk before, so my job as Director of Business Development is I get to do operational stuff and logistics stuff with a lot of our partners. So like if Mik was a publisher and he had a great game, then I would work with him to see how we could get it into distribution. But it's not just, hey Mik, you got a great game, let's put it in distribution. It's, hey Mik, you gotta get a great game and like physically get it to me, right?
Yes.
And that's the hard part right now because there's so many things outside of our control. And I don't just mean like GTS's control or publisher's control. Everybody's control, It's like if I want tires, if I want baby wipes, if I want like anything, it's like everything is just strained right now from a shipping perspective. So I think personally one of the biggest challenges that we're fighting in our industry in board games is that like if you're Coca-Cola, you don't just ship a container, right? If you got products and stuff you're shipping like half a boat, if not maybe like a whole boat. So when somebody like Mik and Scott's publishing house goes to UPS or FedEx and says, hey, I need to ship a container. A container, one container, and they got like 85 other companies that have like hundreds of containers they're trying to ship. Man, we're bottom of the barrel, right? We'll help you guys when we can.
But you're going to have to wait in line.
Yeah,
you got to wait in line.
And I'm sure if we had the money of Coca-Cola, we could all make things move a little faster, right?
That's true.
No offense to Coca-Cola. I love Coke Zero. It's all good. It's all good. But it's one of those realities of situation, right? And then the even bigger problem is that there's not even enough containers to like fill.
Yeah.
We had a shipment recently that we were talking with one of our partners. It was ready in March. It didn't physically get put in a container until May.
Whoa.
It literally sat at the manufacturer for 2 months.
Yeah.
And like there's nothing, everyone watching this loves board games, right?
We all love it.
There's nothing good about board games sitting still.
No.
On a retailer's shelf, on your shelf,
Yeah.
on a manufacturer's shelf, like nobody wants that.
And that's
right?
what we tell folk, that we know that distributors and publishers and the designers want the games to be in our hands.
Yeah, I mean, people think we're a warehouse, and I constantly tell people we're not a warehouse.
Yeah.
We don't want things stored. We want things moving and gone, right? Like the dream is it lands with us, it turns around and immediately goes to a retailer, it turns around and immediately goes to a player, and it's on a table, right? Like that's the dream. But it's been really challenging lately, man. I mean, my heart goes out to a lot of these small publishers, especially the guys and girls that like started a Kickstarter right at the beginning of 2020, right? I'm all gung-ho, I'm all excited, everything's been going good. COVID. And it's like, what do I do now, right? And it's like and honestly, the people who did that and started their first Kickstarter, if they're able to get through and actually like deliver, man, they've become like, just from a business acumen standpoint, they become so much more elevated than the average bear because they've had to do so many more things. It's like it's crazy. So
now, do you know, one thing I keep saying is that those publishers just need to communicate.
Yes.
They need to just talk. You know.
One of the worst things in the world right now, and I'm a consumer just like everybody else. I love games, I back games, I have that silly little super backer thing, which reminds me that I've spent way too much money on Kickstarter, right? But I'm the same way. I'm like, I want to know what's going on. And while it's very easy for us to sit here and talk about, hey, there's delays and there's challenges, the reality is, from a publishing standpoint, the more, and you don't always want to open all the books, right? You don't want, just
tell us
keep
what's going
people
on.
as informed and honestly informed as possible, right?
Exactly.
We're working with our manufacturer to get these into a container, but we're delayed on getting a container, right? Just little things like that help people put it in perspective. And like you said, you know, when you're sitting there banging your knife and your fork on the table going, I want my game, I want my game.
Right now.
Like, having that little piece of information is a big thing, right?
Now, let me ask you, how long do you think, as a professional in the industry, how long is this going to last?
Yes.
No. You gotta give me something.
So this is the way I look at it. So back in 2006 and 2008, we had the housing crisis, right? That was a huge financial thing. It hit a lot of people. And right around that time, gas started skyrocketing.
Yes, it did.
And I remember, I mean, you know, I'm not going to say I'm old, but I'm not young, so I'll leave it at that, right?
I'm old too.
When I first got my license, gas was 75 cents a gallon. And then at that point, it was like $1.70, $1.75. Then things started to creep up, and it was $2. It was $2.20, $2.25, $2.60. And then suddenly people were like, whoa, is it $3 gas? Is it $4 gas? Like, when does this stop, right? That's what's happening with the container industry and the shipping industry right now, because to ship a full container of games, which let's just say on average was like 5,000 games, would roughly cost me about $5,000 a year ago. So like $1 a game. Now, just last week, I signed off on a container that was $25,000. It's literally quintupled in price, right? Which is crazy.
All right then, Scott.
So in terms of your answer of when, I don't think, at least until Chinese New Year next year, I think it's going to stick around, and we're going to have problems from both delays and from costs.
Oh, man.
But I think the bigger problem that no one is talking about is that once Chinese New Year hits, if you're not familiar with that, it's a very big holiday in China where everybody gets time off. It's like the country shuts down for like a week or two.
Yeah, they do.
And when things shut down, that's like pushing the pause button. And when you try to come back from pushing that pause button, like, I mean, you know, I don't have the fastest car in the world, but it doesn't go from 0 to 60 instantaneously, right? You've got to rev up, right?
You got to rev up.
Same thing's going to happen. So I actually think we're not going to see anything like start to get better until maybe like 2 or 3 months after Chinese New Year, which is almost a year from now.
I mean,
like, you think Chinese New Year's in February, so you figure, let's say April or May of next year when things hopefully get better. It's a pretty long prognosis.
Now, Scott, you've been in the business a while.
Allegedly.
How can it get better? What can we do different where this won't happen anymore, or it can improve?
So I think improving is going to be very hard. Like, I think we're all going to have to deal with a new normal.
Yeah.
We're all going to have to deal with a little longer lead times on stuff.
Okay.
We're all going to, as publishers, we're all going to have to, people are going to have to just understand things are going to be expensive, right?
Yeah.
If containers have gone from 5,000 to 25,000, just like the gas thing, when gas came down, it didn't go back down to $1.75. It went to like $2.10, $2.20. Same thing's going to happen with containers. And I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know how to predict the future. But if I was a betting man and I had to put like a $5 bet down on something, I would bet by this time next year an average container is going to be somewhere between $12,000 and $16,000, which is still like three times what it was before. So that means everyone's cost is going to get impacted. And to me, the easiest, most logical thing from a publishing standpoint, how do I fit more in that container? If it's going to cost me this much to ship stuff, how do I physically cram more in there? And it's not a TARDIS, right? Like, we can't just make more room inside of it. So what's the easiest way to do it? You take a box, you cut out all the frivolous stuff, and make it as compact as possible.
But we like the frivolous stuff, though, Scott.
We do, but I'm talking about air.
Our good stuff.
I'm talking about air.
Okay.
There's a lot of games. I'm not going to point any games out like point fingers, but there are a lot of Lay's potato chip boxes.
Yes, it is.
Right? Where it's like you open it and you're like, I can fit in that box.
Why get a box this big that can fit in a box this big?
Exactly. And you think about, like, even if you can only take a popular game, let's say you have a game that's in a 12 by 12 box. Let's say you get it into a 10 by 10 box. You can roughly charge about the same price as you're charging for that game right now. But if you can fit 20% or 25% more games in that container for that shipping cost, suddenly that starts to mathematically like feel better, right? And be better from a financial standpoint. So I do think that's one of the biggest things is publishers are going to have to look at what is my actual footprint for the box of this game, right? That's a big one. The other thing, quite honestly, too, man, and the whole industry has kind of been guilty of this for a while, you got to stop taking flyers. Meaning, if I'm a publisher and you bring me a game and I like it, well, there's going to be a difference between I like it and I love it. Or, more importantly, I love it and I think this is going to sell. Right? Because, like, you know,
not just put games out there.
You can't just throw anything out and hope, throw spaghetti against the wall and hope it sticks. Like, you're going to have to make really, really good games. We were talking about it earlier, right? Like, we were talking about Days of Wonder, right? Their whole method of operation is, I'm going to make one game a year, and I'm going to put all my love into it, every ounce of energy into it, right? I think these companies that are making like 30 games a year, 40 games a year,
they need to shrink it.
That's going to be pretty tough. Now, there's still going to be people that do that because you know they have licensing and IP and all that stuff, and that's cool, that's great. But I think for if it's Mik and Scott's business and it's two guys in a garage, we're going to have to look and make some pretty serious decisions, right? But I mean, at the end of the day, that all means we're all going to get better games, right? That means the games are going to be better quality, better components, just better gameplay, which I mean, that's all a win-win.
That's what we really want.
That's what nobody wants to play a boring game, right?
But Scott, I want to thank you for joining us to let us know what's going on with shipping, which is very important and big time in the hobby right now. Because we're still waiting. And I want to tell you again, family, be patient, y'all. You heard what Scott says, be patient. And understand that they trying to get the games to y'all. They trying.
I'm not sitting on a bunch of games at my house going, ha ha ha.
We don't get those games, but it might take a little while. So love your family, and we're going to keep on moving. Bye-bye now.
So we are here with Stephen Buonocore.
The man.
Yes, also known as the Podfather of Board Gaming.
Now, family, you know him. You know him. If you don't, he used to be the man at Stronghold Games.
I was.
He was. He was the man.
Until
He still got the strings. He still got the strings. But he is retired now. But he made some of the favorite games that we talk about all the time, and that's Survive. We love Survive.
Love Survive.
Love Survive. And I love I'm trying to get her to love. Terraforming Mars.
You don't love Terraforming Mars yet?
No, it's a
No, we have a long running thing going on. Yes, that he keeps trying to get me to play it.
Like Terraforming.
I'm not gonna play it.
I
We will
have
see.
everything for that game, and she would not.
Okay, all right. This is not the episode for that.
Not the episode for that.
This is
Come
not the
on.
episode. Let's
Not on
move
my
on.
episode.
But she might play the little box game.
The Ares Expedition.
He keeps saying that.
So
we'll
it's
see.
it's a distilled version. So
Yeah.
Okay.
check it out.
That's what he says.
The man.
So back to the interview.
Okay, I'm
Back
sorry.
to the fact that I'm not
Back
part
to
of
the
the
interview.
stronghold anymore.
Well, that's true. So how did you become the Podfather of board gaming?
So yeah, the funny thing about that is that I didn't even give myself the nickname the Podfather. when Stronghold began, and that was in 2009,
Yeah.
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There were really the social media about board gaming wasn't Twitter and Facebook. It was really only podcasts.
Right,
We
right.
didn't have live streams. We didn't have the stuff that you guys did. It was like audio
Wow.
podcasts. And the way that I thought to promote the company most was to get onto all of these podcasts because, well, if you're a gaming geek and you're spending all of your possible time doing gaming, but now you're also spending even more time maybe on your commute or while you're doing things around your house and you're listening to people talk about games, you're my target audience. So I wanted to reach out to you. So I got onto the D6 Generation, the Secret Cabal, Blue Peg, Pink Peg. I got onto all those podcasts and those guys actually started calling me the Podfather, which was a bringing together of the podcast and the Godfather, using my Italian American heritage. So I became the Podfather. And then when I retired, I basically said, you know what? I'll use that moniker and I'll add a little bit the Podfather of Gaming, and that became my new branding in the media side.
Which you are, because you make us offers that we can never refuse.
You can't say it like that. You made it an offer you can't refuse.
Now, one thing, while you're in retirement, what you doing?
What am I doing? I'm out
Traveling.
here.
He's out here.
Traveling out here.
So the one thing about retirement is you're going to relax, and that's the most important thing. So I specifically don't do anything to monetize myself. I just don't need to. I don't want to. So I'm doing fun things in the gaming industry. I am mentoring some people.
That's cool.
Right? I'm consulting on some games, but specifically just for like new people in the industry, just to like give them a little bit of a heads up. Yes, all that knowledge is still in there. So I want to bring that out. So I'm helping some people like that. And
You're giving back.
I'm giving back.
You're giving back.
That's what that to me is the way that I can really just kind of stay relevant. I'll produce some content. I got my channels out there, the Podfather of Gaming on YouTube and Twitter and that. Just check me out. And I'm literally just hanging out with gamers. And here, of course, at the Great Plains Game Festival, I was invited to be very special guest of honor. I told them they had to call me very special guest of honor because that would piss off Tom Vassell even more.
I mean, Tom. The dice tower that you kind of own.
It's a rumor.
Tom, it was a rumor. We still love you, Tom, but it was a rumor.
It's a rumor.
I'm not touching that one. I'm not touching that one.
It's a rumor started by somebody.
Tom, you know that. You know that. You know that.
We're just not gonna say anything.
Now, another thing, though, Steven. A big issue in the gaming industry right now. Is shipping.
Oh my goodness.
What's your feelings about that? Because like the one thing we try to tell our viewers, be patient. It's crazy. I know you want those Kickstarters now. I want my Kickstarters now because I got a ton of them that I'm waiting for. But I'm like, be patient. Play the games you already got. And just wait because shipping is out of control. What's your feelings?
Think about it. We have dozens of games. We have hundreds of games, maybe. Some people have thousands of games. So you got stuff to do, guys and gals. You got stuff. So take a breath. And let's put the whole thing in perspective, which is really amazing. I don't know if you've talked about like the magnitude of this issue. And it doesn't only affect games. Games are one tiny industry that this affects. A container that could have cost $3,000 to ship out of China. These are called FCLs, 40-foot full container loads. It could have done $3,000 at one point several years ago, 3-4 years ago, is now over $20,000 to ship
my
the
God.
same thing. So the container can only hold so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a hint. It's around, give or take, 8,000 ticket to ride size boxes, right? That
Yeah.
standard box that we always
Yes,
get.
yes.
So about 8,000 of that. So if I ship at $3,000 for that container, I'm going to add, I can't do the math, about, what is it, like 30 cents a unit onto it?
Yeah, yeah.
But if I ship it at $20,000, I'm adding several dollars.
Yeah.
$3 per unit.
Oh.
So, I mean, that is a tremendous
Yeah,
problem for
yeah.
a publisher.
Yeah.
So, this is going to end,
Yes.
but when
when?
it's going to end is a problem.
Yes.
So, publishers right now are going to have to rely on timing a lot. They're going to not reprint games, so that's going to be an issue early on.
That's gonna hurt.
Early on, so let's just say something goes out of print,
Okay.
and it's not a huge seller, like the Ticket to Rides or the Terrifying Mars.
Yeah.
We're going to reprint those
Yes,
games,
of course.
because we
Yes.
know we're going to get them.
Yeah.
But a game that maybe kind of trickles out, that like, oh, you were thinking about let's do another print run.
Yeah.
You're not going to print that right now. You're going to have to wait
Yeah.
until you're not having to add $3 a unit onto
Okay.
your cost. So that's going to be the big effect.
Yes.
And again, as I said, it's not only board games. This is every product
Yes,
that's
that's
coming
shipped.
overseas.
Yeah, that's to be shipped. Yeah.
If it's made in North America, you're going to be okay for this. But if it's made in Europe or in Asia, at the moment, all industries are screwed.
Now
Oh, my
that's
goodness.
really scared that reprints are not going to come out, because some games you're waiting for that reprint. If they have like a component or something that you're waiting for, an expansion, and you're waiting for it now, you're going to say that they might not reprint.
They might not reprint under the current conditions.
Okay.
Now, again, I think this is transitory.
Yeah.
Nice word. It's not going to happen forever, but we've got to get past COVID in general.
Yes. Yeah.
We've got to get past container shortages. There's actually container shortages out there. It's going to have to unravel itself. When will that happen? How long will that take? I mean, it's going to be at least a year before that happens, probably.
Okay.
Could be even longer than that. But the good companies, the companies that are well capitalized, they're going to eat that cost, and they're going to still be able to put out product. The smaller companies that really can't eat that cost, they're going to really struggle, because if some of them don't even load a full container. So let's just say that a company was only going to print 2,000 units of a game.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe they can go to what's called a half container load, a 20 foot, but still that 20 foot might be $14,000.
Yeah.
Where it was $2,000.
Yes.
So they're not going to be able to print some of those games. So I mean, right now, as far as the gamers are concerned, it's a hold on,
Yes.
give it a little time. It's not the publisher's fault.
Yeah.
It's really no one's fault.
Yeah.
It's the conditions under
Yes.
which we're
Yes.
currently living,
Yes.
which we all have to get past.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
get your vaccines.
Yeah.
Yes.
Vaccines.
Yes.
Help yourself. Help your family. Help the world.
Yes.
Yes. Now, one other thing. Diversity and inclusion. Me and Starla, this is
that's
what we do.
it.
This is what we do.
Most
Talk about
important
diversity and inclusion in the hobby.
Yes.
How can it get better for this industry?
I mean, we all have to work at it. It's as simple as that. We have to do specific outreach. We can't sit back and say, oh, well, anybody wants to come to my table, that's good. Well, yeah, that is a start.
Yes.
But we have to go out and find those who have not been served by the
Yes.
industry.
Yeah.
I just recently there was a Kickstarter for ABCon. Did you see that?
Yes,
ABCon.
yes.
They're having a
In
convention
Africa.
in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a completely untapped market, of course.
Yeah.
So and they've funded it, and they're going to be having it there. I mean, obviously that's a continent away.
Yes.
Locally, we're going to have to actually get ourselves out to communities that are underserved, and we're going to have to show up and show people these games that they're not seeing them, right?
True.
They're not.
That's true.
Their communities don't know about what we do.
Yeah.
That's what we say,
But-
because we know about it, and there's people like us who can pay for the games and buy all these games, which we have, but they don't know about the games.
That's right.
You know,
And it's not even just diversity and inclusion, people of color. We were at Spielbaum last night, And we're finding that even younger people don't know about these games. I talked to several people, they're still playing Life. They're still playing Sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm like, have you guys heard about Wingspan? Have you heard about CATAN? And some of these people don't even know about these games. So I just think as a hobby, we've kept it so small and so closed off that we're missing people that could have the same enjoyment that we have.
Absolutely.
If we could just talk a little bit more about, here's some games that are out there that you don't know about.
I have a quick anecdote. On my way to the airport coming here, my Uber driver, came, picked me up, went, and just thought I'd talk about what do you do? Like, I'm retired, I was in board gaming. Board gaming, we play games like every Friday night. Okay, what do you play? We play Monopoly.
Monopoly.
All right. I'm like, hey, well, let me tell you about some other stuff. And I literally sold him 2 games right there. Now, the first thing I said, you should check out Ticket to Ride.
Yes.
Right? Check this out. It's the ultimate game that your family will just love because it does all of these things so much better than a game like Monopoly, which goes on for like hours. She goes, oh my God, yeah. My daughter goes, for 3 hours we were playing it. But she's happy, so we do with her. I'm like, do this.
Yeah.
The game will last for 45 minutes, and then you'll want to play it again.
Yes. And she'll be happy.
And she'll be happy. And then I said, you know what? I want you to do that. And he was like ordering it almost on Amazon. I'm like, drive the car. And he's, with one hand, he's like, oh yeah, okay, I can get that. And then I said, and then try a game called Survive. Right, that was in my catalog.
We love Survive.
Survive is a great family game.
That is a great family game. When we play it,
even though they keep killing me when I get on the
well,
boat.
when we play it, we laugh till we cry. Yes, he's a freeloader.
No,
he wants to get on our boats so that he can survive. So we try to put him on.
Grant says, if you get on my boat, I'm just gonna sink it myself. I'm like, really? You're gonna sink it?
We love it.
I've done that. I put a 1 on the boat. Everyone else jumps on the boat. Sink that boat. but I literally sold that guy. He goes, I'm buying both. I'm like, look, I don't want don't just go out and spend crazy money here.
Yeah.
You have a family. He goes, no, we need some new stuff. It makes my daughter happy. If you're saying it's good and you've been in this industry, I'm gonna get them. I'm like, you will like them. So I said, give them for like a present or something.
Yeah.
My wife's birthday's coming up in a month. Okay, give it to her for your birthday. That's perfect.
Now I got one more.
Yeah, what else?
We want people to get more games.
Yes.
And are great games in the hobby. Target is building up.
Yep, they are.
But it's exclusive. How do you feel about the Target exclusives?
All right, so and that obviously is
That's a big thing.
point for people like that. So the way that I feel about that is a publisher is made an offer they can't refuse. Because Target comes in literally with a check, and they say, we're going to take a significant number of games in the first printing. And then if that does pretty well, we're going to take that again. That's scale. When you do a Target exclusive, the fact is, the game is still available. The Target is like the second biggest retailer in the country.
Everywhere.
So it's everywhere. So not only can you buy it, I don't go to another I don't go to Amazon, I don't go to the friendly local game store, that's sad. I walk over there. They're a retailer too. You walk over there, you buy it over there. They have it for a 6 month or a year, depends on the deal that's being made, and then it's everywhere else. So as a publisher, it's just an important vehicle. Now, there are some that don't do it as friendly as that. Like maybe the game should have gone to backers of a Kickstarter first because they were supposed to, and they ended up there. So those kind of things are problematic and probably should not happen. But as far as getting a game that Target's going to get, Jaws of the Lion, right? It was a good example because it went there first. It went there, people bought it there, and guess what? That game is going to sell forever. So it's going to show up in local game stores and every place else. And if you really don't want to buy it, don't worry, you'll be able to get it 6 months later, or just buy it in Target.
Right.
So it's not like it's like, well, you can only buy it at this location in Utah. No, it's Target. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. So I don't think it's a bad thing. And publishers just, if they're offered that opportunity, they just need to take it.
They can't refuse it.
It's an offer you can't refuse. If somebody says, "Oh, we'll buy 20,000 units,"
and I think it's good because we get it out there, and it's side by side with the monopolies and the lives and stuff, and they can compete.
And think about that, right? So we're trying to grow the hobby in general, right? Grow the hobby in inclusivity and diversity, of course, but overall we have to grow the hobby. It's the only way for us all to do better and all to survive.
Exactly.
So that's a way, since that's like more locations than any place else. You know, getting it into a Target, whether it's exclusive or not, getting it in Target is a huge thing.
Yes.
That's a huge thing, and I'm glad they're doing it.
Yes. Well, we are so happy to hear from the Podfather of board gaming, letting him share his wisdom with our audience.
Yes, with our family plays game audience. Man, the Podfather.
So thank you
These guys
so
are
much.
too kind to me. These people, you guys are the greats who are out there on like CBS TV and things like that.
No. ABC. No, Good Morning America.
Oh, ABC.
That's ABC.
That's better than CBS.
That's right.
That's better.
No, we were on CBS. We were online.
NBC.
No, it was.
It was NBC.
Oh, that's right, NBC.
They've been on so many of these national things that they don't even remember.
We got to get us NBC, and then we did Good Morning America. That's right. But Stephen Buonocore, thank you so
He got to
much.
tell us where to find him. Now.
That's right. Where can they find you?
Where can we find you?
Well, you got to bring. He's got to break out the list.
No, I'm gonna. This is my new business card. You can
Coasters.
I gave
Coasters. Thank you. Coasters.
So the people used to know me to give out coasters at the conventions with the game art on it and stuff like that. So I made these basically indestructible coasters. So did you get one? I gave you one, right?
Coasters.
Anyway, so you can find me at the Podfather of Gaming YouTube channel. You can find me at Podfather Gaming on Twitter and Instagram. I do Board Games Insider with Ignacy Chevicek. That's my podcast. We're on episode 208 or something like that now. We've been doing it for like 6-7 years.
Wow.
It's been great.
I love Portal.
Portal, Ignacy's great. I do Board Game Breakfast every Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern with Tom Bassel and Z Garcia. And that's a lot of fun. And you're going to see me at all the conventions if you do go to conventions. Reach out on Twitter if you ever want to talk. I'm always interactive on Twitter. And thank you guys so much.
Thank you for being on our show. Thank you. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know you did. We'll be right back.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hope you guys enjoyed all of our wonderful guests. And we just had a blast today at the Great Plains Gaming Fest.
It's been so much fun. But Starla, where can they find OFPG in this crazy social media and TV land? Where?
Well, if you're looking for Our Family Plays Games, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, right here on YouTube.
Right here.
And if you're in Omaha, Nebraska, you can find us on Cox Channel 22, Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. and Tuesdays at 4:30 p.m.
Even though we're in Lincoln, you can find us in Omaha.
Yes.
That's Omaha. Now, family, we love when you chat with us and talk to us and tell us what's going on, so we still want you to do that. But Starla, what about that merch that we got?
Well, if you don't have an OFPG shirt, get one. We have shirts, we have cups, we have mugs, the whole gamut. So make sure you pick up something.
All right, family, we love y'all. Always know we love y'all. Bye-bye.